everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Miaira Jennings, and in this DIY video, I'll be showing you how I turned this into this. Stay tuned. Alright guys, I'm starting off with this beautiful red dress that I found at Ross for $7. I saw this thing and I absolutely fell in love with the color and the pattern, and I just knew I could do something with it. Oh, hey Banks. In addition to the dress, I'm using a white colored pencil, fabric scissors, pins, elastic, and a needle and thread. Oh, but that's not it. Your girl got a sewing machine. Yes, this will be my first sewing tutorial video, so I'm really excited. For info on this sewing machine and all the other materials I'm using, just scroll on down to that description box. Let's get started. First, I'm using my white colored pencil to mark a spot where I'll be cutting right across to create the top and the skirt. And then using my fabric scissors to cut a horizontal line right across where I marked. And voila, 2 pieces. Let's start off with the skirt piece. First, I am flipping the material inside out and then taking my thicker elastic and lining it up on the edge. Then I'm folding that fabric over and using my pins to pin the edge in place. This will create the loop opening that I'll slip the elastic through later on after I sew. Once the front is all pinned, I'm using my scissors to cut a slit on one of the sides where the elastic will be inserted later on. Then I'm flipping it on the other side and pinning that side. Once the pins are all in place, it is time to head to the sewing machine. Now, I am not an expert sewer at all, so I'm not going to give you guys an in-depth tutorial on this part. But basically, I am using my black thread and sewing along that pinned edge, removing the pins as I go. Once I've sewn all the way around that top edge for the skirt, it's time to head back and add the elastic. To do this, I'm attaching a safety pin to the end of an elastic piece that I already measured to fit my waist, and then slipping it through that opening. And this will be the waistband of the skirt. Once I've worked that elastic all the way through to the other side, I'm taking my needle and thread and securing the 2 ends of the elastic together. Once the elastic is secure, I'm flipping the skirt back to the right side, scrunching and moving that material around the elastic so it's even, and the skirt is complete. Alright, not too bad for my first official sewing project. Well, at least that part. Now let's work on the top. First, I am flipping it inside out. I'm lining my thinner elastic up with the bottom edge, folding the material over and then pinning it in place, making sure to leave enough space for the elastic later on. Once the front is pinned, I'm flipping it over and doing the same thing to the other side. Once that's all pinned, it's time to head back to the sewing machine. And once again, sewing along those pinned edges, removing the pins along the way. Just that easy. Like I said before, I'm no pro at sewing, but if you guys want me to do a tutorial on how to set up your machine or some really basic stitching like this, just let me know in the comments below. Alright, and once that's done, I'm slipping a pre-measured piece of elastic through that opening just like I did with the skirt. Once the elastic is worked all the way through, again, I'm using my needle and thread to secure those ends of the elastic, flipping the top back to the right side, and that's it. Now at this point, I thought I was done, but I tried it on and I liked it. It was fine. I just felt like I could do more with it. So if you like this, feel free to stop, but if not, I'm going to show you how I actually created a bralette top instead. First, I created folds at the center of each boob area and pinned those folds in place. Then I carefully slipped the top off, and it's time to create the bra shape. To do that, I am cutting a line straight down the center of the top to just above that stitching I created with the elastic in it. Then I'm folding each of those sides inward to create a V shape. I'm pinning those folds in place and then using my scissors to complete each bra cup shape. Again, cutting all the way down to just above the stitching and the elastic. You want to make sure you leave that. Now, I didn't exactly measure this ahead of time, I'm just kind of eyeballing it, but if you need to measure it or try it on, please feel free, and always go a little bit bigger than you think because you can always downsize later if you need to. Once I cut both triangular cup shapes, I'm just cutting slightly above the stitching and elastic all the way around. Again, leaving that elastic band. And I'll trim it and clean it up later, but for now that is good enough. Now I'm just folding those outer edges inward and pinning them in place so everything is nice and neat before I sew. Once all those pins are in place, I'm going to use that excess material to create 2 straps. First, I am cutting one long strip of the material and then splitting it in half so I have 2 long strips. Now when I sew these, I'm going to fold the 2 outer edges inward and then sew right down the middle. Alright, let's finish this bad boy off with the sewing machine. All I'm doing is sewing along the pinned folds of each bra cup, the middle and the edges. And that is it. Now onto the straps. Like I said, I folded the edges inward towards the middle, and now I'm sewing a straight line right down the middle of each strap. Once those are sewn, it's time to attach the straps to the top of each bra cup, and I'm sewing it to the inside of the bra cup. And that is it. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. Let's go try the whole thing on. That's it. I'm so excited that I finally have a sewing machine, and hopefully you guys like these sewing projects as much as the no-sew ones. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a comment below to let me know what you think, and let me know what you want to see next. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and the notifications bell so you never miss a video. I'll see you guys in the next one.